There it is. It's rolling. The timer's rolling, and we're recording right now.
You sure? Yep. Oh, it's on.
All right, guys. So I'm going to begin today with a quote, and actually, it's a quote on the same planner I made notes that I'm going to talk about today. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. All right. So you're in control, and so that's good. I actually thought it was pretty good today too. It's fate that was on today's. So we're going to talk about today is the kickoff of our nutrition challenge coming up in October. So many of you are doing such a good job of getting into the gym and busting your butt and doing everything we ask of you, but maybe you're not seeing the results you want, maybe you're not recovering appropriately, maybe you're not still seeing the gains or the weight loss. When you start to plateau, usually it's not what you're doing in the gym, it's what you're doing on your plate. And so we want to start to lay the foundation and help you start this. So we're going to run this nutrition challenge, almost like an accountability challenge. We're going to be keeping score, bear with us on the details, but we want to help you guys get your nutrition under control. And in CrossFit, you know, the best thing about Greg Glassman is he set a standard for it, and we want to use that as a base and build from there. So I'm going to let Brock read his beginning standard, and then we'll build on that.
Yeah, so I think this sentence is as complete as it can be as far as nutrition goes. Obviously, you can get into details, but it's a solid sentence nonetheless. So it's eating lean meats and vegetables, some fruits, little starch, no sugars. And you're supposed to keep your quantities to a level that supports exercise, not body fat.
Yes.
So what's cool about it is if you look at the sentence as a sentence, it's a perfect table of what to eat, right? Lean meats and vegetables is at the beginning, right? That should be the bulk of your plate and your meals throughout the day. And then you got your nuts and seeds, which is your fats. So right there is protein, carbs, fats.
Yep.
And I honestly think if you stick to that alone, you'll be rock solid. But
Absolutely.
getting carbohydrates and vegetables is hard to do, so that's why they say little starch. Add in or some fruits and little starch. And what's cool about those is those little keywords is some, right? Some fruits, they have a lot of sugars in them, whole sugars obviously, natural sugars, but if your diet is loaded with those fruits, that's
right. I mean, we want to educate you guys through this process too. So many people have the misconception that fruit is good, and it is. And I think through this process, I heard something this weekend that I really want to get away from labeling food good or bad. It's going to be effective or ineffective. And it's going to be effective or ineffective or whatever your goals are. So if your goals are to lose weight, then reducing the sugar and keeping your sugar levels low is going to be a huge benefit. Keeping your insulin low and making sure we're not eating things that are going to spike that insulin real quickly. Now, when we talk about the vegetables, they have carbs in them, but they have so much fiber in it, our insulin jump and our blood sugar doesn't rise as quickly. We don't get these huge spikes, and that helps us contain it, and it doesn't allow body fat. But sugars, which, I mean, honestly, God designed our fruit to be our dessert.
Yeah.
They're sweet. That's why we love them. That's why they taste good. But what we love about them is the sugar and even a good fruit will spike our blood sugar, spike in our insulin, and can cause us to hold on to some body fat. And so again, what he was saying is it's so complete. It outlines the foods that are important, the foods that we want to try to eat, and then the quantity. The quantity he controlled by enough quantity to support activity, but not excess body fat. So what this means is you should eat.
For sure.
Yeah, starvation is not it. So the minute you reduce your calories so low and it's not supporting activity level, your body is thinking, oh shit, I don't have enough food. I better hoard everything I got. And you know what? It hoards it as a fat ass and rolls on your stomach, right?
Yeah.
It's going to hold on to that body fat like crazy because you've told it by not eating enough food that it needs to save it, right?
Yeah, it's not
And
gonna know when it
so
needs-
the goal
it's
is,
gonna eat again.
the goal is to make sure that we're supporting that activity, but not enough to support the body fat. And that's where we're going to kind of get into and try to support you in that way. So a couple details. We're going to run this for 12 weeks. It's going to be October 1st through December 21st.
Is that like 3 months?
It's just shy of I think just shy of 3 months. So it's going to be through a holiday. It's going to be through Thanksgiving, and I love that because we're going to help support you through that. We're going to set up a group Facebook page that we can all talk about this, and we're going to post some pictures of meal ideas. We're going to try to support you as many ways as we can. Now, the quantity we're going to try to help you with. We're going to try to keep it as simple as possible. No apps, no calculators, unless you really want to. No counting macros, no counting calories. This is going to be the simple. We got these plates here. And we can talk about these plates later. If you need help finding these plates, we'll post a link, or if we all want to order them together on a big order, we can do that too. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to use these plates. And if you weigh under 160 pounds, you're going to fill this up in the way we described 3 times a day and eat it. If you weigh over 160 pounds, you're going to fill this 4 times and eat it. Okay? So what goes on the plate? Again, this is just the quantity measurement. You don't actually have to eat off these plates all the time. And so what we're going to have a section for protein, section for carbs, and vegetables. And then we're going to use fat at a minimal level. So the fat's going to be like your handful of nuts or seeds, or your dressing that's going to go on your vegetables. So the limit here is these 2 areas we're going to fill to the brim, or right to the top, right at that first little mark in there. This vegetables you can fill up and overflow if you'd like. That can go above the line.
As long as they're vegetables.
As long as your vegetables is there. So you can, on the vegetables, so I think one thing we want to be cognizant of is you do not have to eat all raw vegetables here. If you do, you're going to regret it. I would suggest, you can vary it from day to day, but you're going to want to, if you started with this full and it's going to cook down smaller, that's fine. You don't have to fill this with cooked vegetables. But if you ate that many raw vegetables every single day, the fiber would probably bind you up a little bit. So cooking helps you digest them a little bit and makes them a little bit more palatable. But that's going to be our goal. So that will be the quantity piece. You're going to naturally get the fats that we talked about, probably an appropriate amount of fats when you're eating the proteins. We're going to encourage you to eat whole foods. So meaning when you choose to eat an egg, you're going to eat the whole thing, because you're going to get some good fats in there.
No egg whites.
We're going to
substitutes.
No substitutes for sure.
Whole eggs.
Yes. So we'll control the quantity with that amount. Let's see. We are going to have an app through Wodify, which a lot of you CrossFitters will recognize. It'll be similar. It will be a separate app. For those of you Anytime Fitness members that might want to join us, it'll be new, but we'll get you signed up, and that won't be a big deal. So look for details on that. You're going to be able to score whether you ate or not appropriate that day. The other things we're going to track is the amount of sleep you're going to get per day. We want to make sure you're resting and recovering appropriately. And then movement, if you work out or not that day. We're going to keep those parameters short. And then water intake. We're going to also track that. We want to make sure you stay hydrated. So I feel like if we can do those 4 things pretty good, it's going to help get a good start. I've been talking a lot. What am I missing, Brock? What do you think?
I don't know. What I like about this, obviously in the CrossFit world, we love doing workouts in groups, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It's super, you get accountability, you get pushed, you get motivated. So I feel like this is like a workout, but for nutrition, right? So you're in a community of people that are all like-minded, so we're all trying to accomplish something, which is better nutrition, right? So what's cool about that is you have accountability, you have people to talk to and kind of challenge each other. What's cool is I might find, if I'm doing this and another person's doing this and we weigh the same weight, like, okay, we both weigh 180 pounds and we want to both get to 160, well, who's going to get there first, or who's going to be the guy that does it? And that's what's kind of cool about this, and that's what I'm very excited for.
I couldn't agree more. So that brings up what we are going to measure. So we're going to measure some points on the apps. We want to measure your success by things that really matter. Things that are going to really matter for us, first and foremost, is how the hell are you feeling? Are you going to feel better over this period of time? And if you follow it, I'm certain that's going to happen. And how you feel better is you're going to feel more rested, you're going to feel better going to the gym, you're going to feel recovered. But then we're going to actually measure some things. So we're going to have you take pre and post pictures. Now, you do not have to share those with us. It's going to be on the app. But I hope that at the end you see that progress, and I love pictures, and I hope you should want to share them with us. I think pictures are great. Pictures
are like workouts on a whiteboard.
Right.
You see the progress, even though it's not that day-to-day stuff, and it's super cool.
And so I want to again, tell you, you do not have to share them with us. There will be pictures for you, and if you choose to share them with us, we will. It'll be in the app, but we do want you to take pictures. You're going to weigh yourself in. This is going to be kind of self-accountable. We'll pick the parameters, but I really don't like weighing that much, but I think it's going to be okay to weigh yourself maybe once a week. I think it will be a good parameter. The other measurement we're going to do is some body measurements, and we're going to do the three I think most important. I really don't like doing arm and leg measurements because A, you lose weight there the fastest. That measurement doesn't really a factor of health. The way you measure those from where you're at on your arm can change the variability quite a bit. So we're going to do three measurements. We're going to do chest measurements, waist measurements, and hip measurements, and we'll show you how to do that, and we'll actually be available to help you do that and get those measurements for you. Everyone that signs up will get that done for you. So that'll be one area of scoring, and we'll score that on a percentage of improvement, because so many people are, you know, maybe you're the person that could lose a lot of weight and lose a lot of inches, or maybe you're the person that doesn't need to lose as many inches, and so you're like, well, you know, that person's clearly going to beat me because they have more to lose. Well, we're going to do it on a percentage basis. So if you understand what I mean. It'll even out in that regard. The cost. So we're going to charge $30 for this, and that's going to get you all the accountability. We're going to have the Facebook group. It's going to be the app. We're going to put together a kickoff package, which is going to include a protein shaker. We're going to give you some samples of our products. We'll get into all those details and actually show you those. At this point, this video is just, we want you to get you guys excited about it, look forward to it. I want you to comment on here. Tell me if you need some plates, or if we'll post the link to those as well in the comment section. Basically, we just want to start getting this kick-started. Look for soon, we'll be posting more information on the app, how to get signed up. That's the cool part is the app section is going to do all of that stuff for us. Upcoming workouts between now and the start date, we're going to talk about other questions you're going to have, and if you have other questions, post them obviously, but we're going to talk about supplements, protein shakes, yes or no, post-workout stuff, you know, whether supplements, where it's fish oil, multivitamins. We're going to answer a lot of those questions for you in upcoming videos. If you have any others that you want, let us know. The other thing that I need you to let me know in advance if you'd like to do, I think the best measurement of health is A1C. And that's showing an overall health. I do have the ability to do that and measure that for you at the office. We're going to do that. I would love to do it for you before we start and after we're done. So do two different tests of A1Cs. If you're wanting to do that, please let me know, and we can do that. I hope you see this. I gotta close this button here. Yep. So I had to close something there. So we're gonna do. So we can do that for a total of $50 for the two tests, at the beginning and the end. So if you want to do that, get in contact with me. We'll make sure we get that ready for you. Also, if you'd like to do cholesterol pre and post, I also have the option to be able to do that. We can do that for another $30, I believe. If this is wrong, I'll have to correct it, but I think that's pretty sure. We don't do a lot of that, but we have the machine and able to do that for you guys, so we hope to help you there if you want to do the pre and post. If you already have your pre's and just want to do a post later, we'll figure that out. I think that's all the details for now. You got anything else that we got to figure out today?
All sounds pretty good to me.
All right, guys. So I hope you're getting excited about this. We want to help you through this. Make sure you comment and get some conversation started to make sure that this is what you want. We'll get the sign up set up here soon and get you guys able to sign up. I think it's gonna be great accountability. I'm going to repeat the quote for you because you're in control. The best way to predict your future is to invent it. You got to take control of what you want to do. If you want different results, you got to do something different today.
Boom.
Mic drop. Peace out.